And your false refuges are the places that you go to when you're disappointed with God. And that place doesn't necessarily mean an actual physical place. It can be just a habit.
Yeah, I love what you wrote about that, actually. I sit and I remember you writing that, and I was thinking, wow, literally just getting a coffee and sitting and thinking could be a false refuge.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, man, like I think that's probably a really big one for people modern day. Anytime they feel anxious or something, go on their phone, watch a video,
Scroll
something
your
like that.
right.
Yeah, that's a big
Just
one.
do something mindless to
Yeah,
distract yourself.
yeah.
Right.
And so it's about, before you do that, it's about going to God and saying, hey, God, I'm X, Y, and Z about X, Y, and Z. I'm mad about this and just bringing it to Him, right? That's the importance of going to Him first. Yeah.
Exactly. It can be the mad about, mostly for people, the false refuge happens when you're disappointed or disillusioned.
Yeah. Demotivated and something.
Yeah. You expected something to happen, you worked towards it,
Yeah.
and you just went, how did this even come to pass?
Yeah.
Right? Everything pointed differently, everything pointed towards success. And I feel that you promised me success, Lord. But it didn't, And when you feel that God has promised you success, that's the worst time, of course, because are you going to go to God in that situation when you just go, it's God who disappointed me. How can I talk to him?
Yeah.
He didn't come through for me. I'm not talking to him. And you've actually got to actually get past that and go, I am talking to him. I'm going to ask him what went wrong.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. We don't ask God why enough until it's a big crisis.
Yeah.
And we need to start asking him why about little things, because we just need to start that conversation and that relationship.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's like, one thing I find interesting is like God knows everything, right? So He knows everything you're feeling, but He still wants you to go talk to Him about it, even though He knows what you're going to say. He knows, like you said, it's about that relationship. It's not a one-way street. Like if God just did everything, it's not a relationship. It's about us doing what we can too, and like you said, building those little habits. I think that's just so important and very overlooked. I've started just talking to God about everything. I mean, that's the cool thing as well, because people probably have heard this before, but it's like, yeah, God is God, right? But He's also your friend, and I think that is really important. Just knowing that, hey, there's some things you don't want to talk to your mum about. There's things you don't want to talk to their, but you can talk to a friend about. Maybe you can't talk to your wife about, but you can talk to your friend about, because it's like maybe it's a thing that you guys just can relate to. I think that's important. So like, I mentioned this last time we talked, but I feel like there's this kind of way that we have all these relationships in our life, and hopefully, people can build those with different people. Like for example, you have your partner, your parents, your siblings, whatever, but also your friends, and like God is like kind of all of these things a little bit. In a sense, you can talk to them about anything like you would any of these people, and I think that's super, super important. And kind of what we've talked about before, like you said, asking God to come out of covenant with certain things, but it's about that relationship first. And I feel like everything just comes back to this, and this is why I kind of want to talk to people about. It's not about being the perfect person and going to church and doing all this stuff. It's just literally about being a human and trying to have a relationship in a way
with
that
God.
it's just and it's simple, but it's not, like, because like you said, there's times where you're angry, there's times where you're frustrated, there's times where it doesn't make sense and you're confused and etc. But it's just about continuously trying to build that relationship, just day in and day out. I think that's like the bottom line, which for me is exciting, because I'm someone who has been blessed with the ability to build relationships, and I have a lot of good relationships. So for me, it's something that's exciting, because I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I can build a relationship with God. But even for me, it's like I would love to have the reciprocation like I do with a human. You know, you might talk to God and then you won't hear back for ages, and you come to him every day, every hour,
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
and you don't hear back. But
Mm.
sometimes I feel like there's, like you've mentioned before, you've said there's times where you need to be like not just waiting and not waiting like impractically or inactively, but being patient where you're actually actively waiting and
Mm.
ready for him, but
Yeah.
still coming to him, and even if you're not hearing straight away, it's still being okay. What can
Mhm.
I do to be prepared for maybe
Yeah.
what you're going to
Mm.
tell me, or what is stopping me from hearing? Is there something I'm doing? Can you
Yeah.
give me more information on this? And
Yeah.
just is that
Exactly.
continuous? Is that kind of does that make yeah?
Exactly. And you may not get the answer
Mm,
straight away, sometimes you do,
mm,
right? Sometimes, I found that, when the answer is too complicated, the Lord has to build your understanding so that you've actually able to sort of comprehend what he's saying to you. He could give you the words straight off, but I found that when he doesn't give you the words straight off and you look back and you go, "You could have told me that straight away." You go, actually, what he's trying to do is to get you past the definition that you would have looked up on Google, right? To actually get in all of the nuances so that, oh, wait a minute, I would have been led astray by that definition. It's not that it's wrong, it's that there are so many other nuances there that I needed to actually understand more
before
before he
yeah.
actually, revealed what he wanted to reveal. So, sometimes it takes longer